A bus driver decided I wasn't emotionally prepared to get off, so he just kept going. This happened on a random weekday morning that already felt cursed before it even started. I woke up late, burned my toast, spilled coffee on my shirt, and had to change outfits twice before settling on something that screamed, I tried, but not too hard. I was running behind, but not catastrophically behind, just enough to be tense. I rushed to the bus stop, slightly sweaty, backpack half-zipped, holding my phone in my mouth while tying my shoe. The bus arrived right as I stood up, which felt like a small win. I got on, tapped my card, and collapsed into a seat near the middle. I checked the time. If everything went perfectly, I'd be exactly on time. If anything went wrong, I'd be late in a very noticeable way. The bus was quiet in that weird morning silence where everyone is awake but spiritually absent. One guy was eating a banana aggressively. A woman near the front was whisper arguing with her phone. Someone in the back was already asleep and snoring like he paid rent. My stop was about 10 minutes away. I relaxed a little. Big mistake. When we were about 2 stops out, I reached into my bag to grab my headphones. That's when it happened. The zipper caught. Hard. Like this zipper has chosen violence hard. I tugged gently. Nothing. Tugged harder. Still nothing. The bag tilted and everything inside shifted. Then my water bottle fell out. It hit the floor. Rolled. Leaked. Made that loud, hollow thunk-thunk noise that echoes directly into your soul. A few people glanced over. I froze like a raccoon caught stealing snacks. I bent down to grab it, but at the same time, my phone slipped from my lap and slid under the seat in front of me. So now I was crouched, half standing, half falling, trying to retrieve my dignity along with my electronics. That's when I heard the automated voice announce my stop. Panic. I shot upright. Water bottle in one hand, backpack still partially open, phone nowhere to be seen. I dropped back down, shoved my arm under the seat, and felt something sticky. Gum. Of course. I recoiled in disgust, wiped my hand on my jeans without thinking, and finally found my phone wedged against the wall. I stood up again, now fully flustered, holding too many things, bag still open, water dripping slightly, headphones tangled like spaghetti. The bus slowed. I stepped toward the door, and then it didn't stop. It slowed down, hesitated, and then just accelerated again. At first I thought maybe traffic was weird. Then I realized we were passing my stop, fully passing it. The pole, the bench, the guy who always smokes at 8:17 a.m., all of it sliding away. I stared out the window, confused, then looked toward the front. The driver glanced at me in the mirror. He shook his head. Actually shook his head. Like, no, not today. I rushed forward. Hey, sorry, this was my stop. He sighed deeply, like I had just asked him to solve world hunger personally. You didn't look ready. I blinked. What? You were fumbling, he said, gesturing vaguely with one hand. Didn't want to stop if you weren't getting off. I was literally standing, I said. Yeah, but you were chaotic, he replied. Chaotic. As if that was a legitimate transit category. I laughed, assuming he was joking. He was not joking. He stared straight ahead, fully committed to this decision. You can get off at the next stop, he added kindly, like he'd done me a favor. The next stop was almost a mile away. I stood there, speechless, while the bus continued on. A woman near the front made eye contact with me and gave a slow, sympathetic nod, like she'd just witnessed a crime she couldn't stop. At the next stop, the doors opened. I stepped off, still dripping water, bag open, pride shattered. As the doors closed, the driver called out, "Be ready next time!" I stood on the sidewalk, staring at the departing bus, questioning every life choice that had led me there. I had to walk back, in dress shoes, uphill. Of course it was uphill. My sock was wet. My phone battery was at 9%. A bird landed near me and I swear it looked judgmental. When I finally got to work, 10 minutes late, my boss asked what happened. I said, the bus skipped my stop because I didn't look emotionally stable. He paused. That sounds fake. I wish it was, I said. To this day, every time I ride a bus, I stand up a full stop early, clutch my belongings like I'm evacuating a sinking ship, and make aggressive eye contact with the driver. I will not be skipped again.